Punch it, Chewy.
All that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wait a minute, wrong franchise. I hate that he said punch it.
Yeah, hi Stuart.
Hi, my friend Samuel.
Hello.
Hi, everybody out there in Trekyards land. How are you? We're back, and we're going to be talking about episode 8 of Lower Decks.
Oh,
Veritas.
yeah.
Veritas.
Are we going to give our truthful thoughts about this? As is the theme of this episode, because it's the name.
Yes. Yep.
Well, don't we always? Is that not our thing?
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of the thing that we do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We got a super chat already too from Ozzy, $5. Damn it, Q, go pick on Picard. Q, Picard is no fun now. All he does is make wine. Now, okie dokie, skeleton hands. Well, he quotes Shakespeare and makes wine.
But he doesn't make wine for at least another 7 or 8 years, so.
Yes.
And I can't really see that since he hated the winemaking business of his family, like because of his family, you know what I mean? It wasn't it itself, it was just the build because of his family. I don't see, because at this point you'd imply that he's as soon as Riker and Data dies, everyone leaves. Maybe he says, "I'm bored now. Half my friends are gone. I'll start brewing wine in the Enterprise's, lower decks." That's what he's saying. I mean, there's no other way to take that, really, is there? It's a confusing.
Well, he could have had people start working on the vineyard to as a side thing, because he knew he had to retire at some point, get it going now, and kind of manage it from afar.
But he didn't want to do that ever. That's what he said.
I know, but after his brother died, and like you said, after Riker and everybody left, he's starting to get that empty home, empty nest feeling. Want to do something, set yourself up for something later. Who knows? People change when they get older, man. I can attest to that.
Well, Picard certainly did. He became a much weaker man and character and actor. I think he should have said, write better scripts.
Yeah. Well, Casey throws in $5. Definitely my favorite episode so far. I really like this show. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way about this episode. I think it's my standout one because it is so fun.
And I've been, as you know, absurdly busy these last 3 days. I've had no time for anything. I only watched this at 1 a.m. yesterday, and then so I've no concept of any of the online. I've no idea. I don't know what you think about it, and you often are an outlier. No offense, I love it, and it was like, oh, or at least like a mumble. So okay, cool. Nice to see some people like it, because I have no idea.
The Trembler, $10. Frustrated, 9.5 in so many ways, but the bridge crew being aware and mobile, but not reacting to eels and boiling threatens to ruin it all for me. Help it make sense. I want to love this without reservation. The bridge crew not saying anything to the lower decks people was a little odd for me too. Hold on a second here. Gotta focus my camera. Focus on that sexiness. There it is. But maybe it was tradition and custom that they don't say anything while they're in the beam of celebration. That's why they didn't yell anything out when everything was happening, and hoping that the lower decks guys would figure it out and clue in as to what the hell is going on. Maybe I don't know. We'll talk about that when we get there, kind of thing. But I can see your concern about that point. So
there's a few ways of taking it. Obviously, that's how media goes. But yeah, there's certainly a few ways of.
But anyway, are you going to share this around?
Yes, I was. Yes, I can do it.
All right, you go share that around, and I'll talk to these fine people about super chats and supporting the channel. I just saw we got a bunch of super chats already, which is great, but more are always welcome. We do have to read them out. We do pride ourselves on reading those out. So you can make us say whatever you want.
I was trying to make a joke before you went into it. I was going to say, that's super, go ahead. And I was going to leave. You didn't give me a pause, so I could. Now
you can jump out. You can talk over me. It's fine.
No.
It's fine.
Now I'll go do it.
Especially if it's a joke. Go. Do your thing. But yeah, super chats are a great way to help us out. We have to read them out so you can make us say anything you want, and also, you get your comment read, your question answered, kind of, and we have to read it on the air. So, if you're interested in that kind of thing, let us know because it also supports the channel. And send a super chat. It's a great way to help. Another way is PayPal. You can send a PayPal to trekyards@hotmail.com. The information for all that is down in the description of every video, so check that out. And if you do send a PayPal, just let us know that you sent it, and we can read your comment or question via the email for the PayPal. Just let the moderators or in the general chat know what's going on, and they'll notify us that there is PayPal waiting there for us. So you can also join the channel, which is a great way to help us out. The channel memberships have really been a huge boom for the channel. So if you can, there's a little join button down beside the subscribe button. You can join at the rank of commander, captain, or admiral. It's kind of like a monthly way, much like Patreon, as a way to support the channel. Or there's Patreon/Trekyards is another way to do that on a monthly basis, which is what a lot of YouTubers and stuff depend on. So if you can, please do. But the super chats are great because it really adds to the conversation of these lives and gets your name highlighted. We've got to know quite a few people via that, and they're like friends of the channel now. So plus it's got all the colorful little things in the chat there. So it looks like Christmas or like fireworks. They're all colorful and pretty. So you can spice up the chat. Also share it around, share the video around, share all of our videos around, check out all the content, make sure that you're subscribed and that your all bell icon is hit. And also check out the Teespring store, which is down there as well. So Trekyards merch all around for everybody.
Yeah, and this is our big chat of the week, so we'd love to see a whole lot of super chats, a whole lot of thoughts, as this is a brand new Trek, so, put in 30 right now if you can, sort of thing, as we talk about this episode, and we like to think that for a better episode of Lower Decks, we get more people tuning in, and hopefully a lot of you guys will tune in for our end of season retrospective, where we go through the entire season, and we drink, which therefore means, Stuart, that by the time you get to the end of the season, you may actually review the end higher than the beginning. Because as the booze takes over, you might say, "Oh, well, episode 9 is the best episode," So it might be skewed again, but we'll have fun. So join that drunk live in a little bit, and yeah. He can't be holding that. That is this is Zoom guys again, so they are also having an issue. What an expression, guys, to hold on. What's the chat saying then? Gosh, he is definitely gone. That's weird. Hi, guys. Yeah, how is everyone doing on this fine... That's weird. On this fine Friday? I've been busy. Oh, he left. Oh, goodness. Well, that's weird. He's back. That's even more weird.
Hello, can you hear me?
You're right there.
Yeah. Zoom just totally died. But anyway, I'm back. So can you guys all hear me and see me and all that jazz?
Yeah. I was just saying all about the drunk live. I should come and super chat for that. That'd be special.
Yes, that'll be fun. Two more episodes to go, and then we'll be there. So,
But Stuart, then, what do you think about this episode? And have you had any more time to dwell on it since our review of it earlier that we filmed?
No, I haven't really thought about it since then. That being said, I have seen it about 4 or 5 times now. 5 times actually, and it's a fun one. I think it is my favorite one out of all of them so far. So, again, yeah, that's the scoring thing and being skewed is a pain in the ass. But...
See, even though this is thoroughly a cartoon episode, like this wouldn't be made in live action, so you like the you know what I mean? It doesn't push into stupid cartoon, but this is a cartoon that happens to be Star Trek, as opposed to a Star Trek episode that happens to be a cartoon. So it's intrigued that's your favorite.
Yeah. Let's see here. Gorns are mammals.
Apparently
Puts
so.
in $1.
Thank you.
So thank you, Jill. And yes, I would say they are mammals now that have gone back and watched. And yes, they do have the mammary glands, which is fine. I have no issues with that, even though they're reptiles.
Gorn girl in canon. Gorn bride. And Gorn camera, if you zoom in. Some dude's taking pictures.
Yeah, and I mean we've had Gorn pinups, in our Trekyards Las Vegas lineup. So we know that there are female Gorn now. It's canon though, so it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fleet Pass Swiftback $5. I'm Commander Samuel, and I enjoy getting drunk in the eel tank because it tickles when they nibble my toes. Hashtag weird things bridge crew say.
I'm Commander Samuel. Not how it works. And I'm enjoying getting drunk. I enjoy getting dunked in the eel tank because it tickles when they nibble my toes. Hashtag weird things bridge crew says. What a weird team we have. Yeah, so no, I like this episode. It's better on second watch once you know the story. That helps. Not that it's bad first time, but once you know that he's basically a big softie in a sense, you understand it better. Although it does make him trying to kill them seem it makes that seem like a stupid moment the second time, which is weird. The pace is a lot slower the second time. Obviously, you've watched it more times because again, you're kind of just enjoying the ride. It's a great ensemble piece, probably the best, if not second best ensemble piece. Nothing really lets it down, which is great. I'm not sure why you dislike this episode. You mentioned that earlier. There's nothing bad that happens in it really. Most of the sub stories aren't like the best thing ever, but they all have something fun about them that's interesting. And 4 stories out of 6 with a good wraparound, you know what I mean? All elevate the can do, and they do. And I think it was the as I said a couple of times through the episodes, some episodes needed that one last thing to help bring it over the edge. And so, spoiler, the reveal at the end is that it wasn't a trial, it was a dude's celebration party. That's so unexpected and so clever that it gives that extra bit of oomph. Just an extra bit of something that some others are missing. So yeah, it's a solid episode that as a Star Trek fan, I mean, you should love. Because it has so much real Star Trek in it. And it both shows the universe of Trek with the lower and higher decks, but also shows them being competent officers in different ways. And also incompetent, but in explainable ways. It's a good window into the world that's different, and we get a ton of name drops. And yes, I do agree. That should have been a mission for the Enterprise, especially since they were just there like 6 months ago. Saving them.
This is somebody that wasn't important enough for the Enterprise to go that they're saving. Who knows? John Woke though puts in $2. Loved Kurtwood Smith as Klar. Yes. Plays Red Foreman. Played the president for Star Trek 6. And also I forget the guy's name, but from Year of Hell. Yes, thank you. So yeah. Stephen W. Fathry, $2. This was the first amazing episode and best so far. Well, there you go.
Disagree.
The first amazing episode.
That's super mean to everything else. Yeah, I mean, like I said to you before, this is a weak story, good episode. It's razor thin. It's not jumbled, but it's all over the place. It's a clip show. It's a clip show with new clips. And it has no real characterization per se to some of them, like Rutherford especially. It's weird that, it's one of those ones where you don't need to know the people. These could be any 4 people, and it's just the stories they're in. So if you like it because the people aren't involved very much, like Mariner, I can get that, but also it isn't very much about them doing them beyond the what.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at something in the first picture. Well, one of the first pictures. Olivia Julius, $2. Sorry, I'm not there. I am in New York City at the moment.
Ooh. Cool.
Hopefully everything's well. And thank you, Olivia, for showing up. If you can, if you can't, that's cool too.
I'll see. Watch this after the fact and see what we say.
Yeah. So I mean, the episode starts with they're in orbit of Takuvan Prime, but then they show the outside of the building, and I never noticed this. There's a goddamn balloon on the stairs. And like whenever you have a party here, at least like in Canada, if you're having a party and people are coming to find the house, you put balloons out on the mailbox or whatever, so they know which house to go to. I never noticed that till just now, and I've watched this like 5 times.
Well, as we know, it's one of the nicest party silos.
He got married there, yeah.
I love that little. That was a nice little Yeah, love that. That's nice because it's such a quick. I mean, they pace so quickly, and I mean, how do you feel about this? These obviously being a Klingon light. Everything about they do is Klingon, just not. What do you think to that? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it derivative? Is it fun?
It's for me, it's bad. It's because they're subconsciously trying to tell you that it's a trial and make you remember back to, um, the trial that's in Star Trek 6.
And
I
actually,
think
Enterprise too.
that's yeah, I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
It's a little too, blatant ripoff though. I wish it was a little bit more unique.
Or
But
if it just been a Klingon, would that have been better?
yes, absolutely.
Oh, you
Yeah.
think?
But then why at the end would it be like this our silos are the same as our courtrooms? I love that it's a different culture that
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sort of medium on it. I mean, it's. I mean, and even I'd be fine with this. The Klingon are one of the top 5 power races in the galaxy in our quadrant. So I would not be against there being a race out there that looked to them, this maybe even in the Klingon Empire, at the outskirts, and is like, yeah, these guys are awesome. We've seen buildings on Kronos. I mean, how many, there's palaces in other parts of the world that are based on Greek palaces or Indian palaces. They say, oh, build me mine in my country 4,000 miles away. So, you could kind of jump that far. But yeah, it's trying to, it's called visual storytelling, where by the red and the spikes and the blue, not the balloon, all these things tell us it's this thing, which helps, show us, don't tell us, because if they told us, it'd be a lie, because it's not what it is. So it's clever, but yeah.
I love the balloon out front. I never noticed that before. I thought if I had seen it, I probably thought it was like a light pole or something, light post.
Mm-hmm.
But it's clearly a balloon. It's great. Yeah, but they start out there in the dungeon.
It's instant. It's like such a boom done.
And they're having the whole debate. What do you mean? It's creepy stone walls, jagged metal bars. That's alien prison written all over it, and Rutherford's like, well, no way, man, it's more like a dungeon. That's even worse.
But actually, the way they say it, they don't confirm it. The way it's played is like, it could be this. Yeah, we'll go with that. Like, with no evidence, they assume something. I mean, it's pretty weird, but I mean, culturally, lots of parts of the world are pretty weird.
True.
To each other,
I thought Tindy thinks it's because she's been making too much ice with her replicator.
Yeah, that was weird.
And has the bridge crew been doing the same thing? I like ice.
Yeah, it would have been nice. I don't know if that's meant to be like a concept, but on Orion, like, water's hard to freeze or something.
Well, I know they don't have beaches or sand, so
yeah,
who knows?
But it's good. It's a good. It's a very, like, this is how pre-titles to me should be. Lead into the main.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. I mean, it's dramatic. Come out into the light, and then oh my god, it's very much Star Trek 6, and we get introduced to the bridge crew. And again, now don't they look prideful and like, yes, we're doing good? They're not in pain. They feel to me as if they're frozen, but obviously they're not. But once it's like, yeah, they're proudly looking up into the, I guess, yeah.
Stephen W. Fathry, $5.
Hey,
the jokes are very clever. The party reveal, Rutherford's blackouts, Tendy's censorship, smart story structure, a meta plot justifying the show's premise. Yeah, there's so much great stuff in this episode, especially the censorship of the story and the black bars. I thought that was great.
This is a writer room's delight, where they just say, right, let's throw out some ideas. Let's do this, and then because you've got they're shorts. Oh, Stuart, this is Short Trek done right. Oh, they just made 4 short treks and put them in one episode of the wraparound. That's so sad. They did short treks better than short treks with probably less money. Oh.
Yep. But they find out they've been brought there to speak the truth and about the bridge crew of the Cerritos, what they had witnessed. And they're supposed to speak into the horn of candor, or candor, if you will.
Absolute candor.
Yeah. And I love how he says, it's the most sacred horn. You must only speak the truth. And Rutherford said, happy to be here. So was he genuinely happy to be there? Is that the truth, Rutherford?
It's just like the Bible. You swear on. It's like you can lie if you're a dickhead. If you're a criminal, you just lie. Like you don't care. You know?
Yeah.
And clearly, though, a Chang. I mean, this is Chang without being Chang. That's okay. Yes. It's okay. It's okay.
So the first person they call on is Mariner, and tell us of these wondrous events of what happened this day.
Don't hear about that. Nope. Oh, okay.
But starts out in the repair bay, and then we got the Roga Danar reference.
Well, just before we jump into that,
competing against Khan.
Just before we jump into that, I love the idea of them saying, "Yeah, we just hang out. I mean, we're just working." A little joke, but it's like, yep, lower decks. And yes, Roga Danar versus Khan. Who is the better supervillain? Although I'm surprised that, again, we just rewatched it, that Mariner says, yeah, but Khan is a super soldier. It's like, Roga Danar was genetically engineered too.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
But I guess the whole point, she doesn't really know who he is. Like, that, I guess, was part of the, because he's so obscure, think of him, but in fact, as you said earlier, he does beat the Enterprise crew several times. They never win against him. He's just not a bad guy, which is not a thing that happens. Like, he wins the episode. It's really weird to rewatch episode like oh yeah, damn, we won.
I love the state of this shuttle as well that they're repairing.
Just haven't fixed it yet.
In every episode. I wonder if it's going to come in handy. Like in the last episode, they need to use it to save the day or something.
Absolutely.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. I don't like when Tina says, "Oh, like a space seed." That was too far for me. Like, I laughed in like babe, no.
Dude was a space seed.
That's not. That's too much. Too much, guys. Too much. One step too far. But then I gotta pee. It's like, oh, okay. I guess I'll rise Jeff to pee.
At least they didn't say Sub Rosa later. The Trembler, $2. Look at Tendi doing medical work on the shuttle. Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, we've already established she does no medical work. Like, because even like last week, she engineered a dog. Yeah, she's yeah.
I love the ship's at red alert. That's impossible. I messed with the speakers so they'd be louder in here, so we know there's a red alert. You messed with the red alert speakers, and then they go check, and the rest of the ship is in red alert. So they're gonna get in trouble because they're gonna be late for their bridge duty. I think that's great. Modifying the speakers and screwing them up.
Yeah, we've never seen that before. It's really simple, very effective, and again, the editing is just like, it's nice and chill. Oh no, we're alert! And I just like the simple thing. She walks out of the room to go pee. That said, little plot hole. If she walks out of the room to go pee, here's a red alert. The whole room would hear a red alert. So, it doesn't actually make sense.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Because then when you have the open door there, you can see the shuttle.
So and also, bright red. So it doesn't make sense, but I like the idea. I wish it was a smaller door or an anti-chamber. But yeah, I love that. Bournemouth's got his wrap undone, so he's learning from her actually, because that is his first time doing that. This is a standard for her.
They're doing him up in the elevator on the turbo lift. Sorry, I shouldn't say elevator. I'm not a noob. And he's worried that when they walk on the bridge, everybody's going to be staring at them because they're late. They should have been there, especially considering they're bridge duty today and it's a red alert. So
yeah,
she's like, no, just follow my lead. We'll fake it.
And this was a good bit, but an odd bit. The fact that they just slink in. I mean, again, comedy, cartoon. This is one of those things that I will accept and not even like. Okay, it's a comedy cartoon. That's fine. They just slink in. Makes no sense. Whatever. But did you notice the way that she beams in is Spock from 09? Well,
before that though, in the turbo, she says, "The captain already knows what she wants to do. Just nod and agree with her, or we'll end up getting kicked off the ship and we'll have to go back and live on Earth, where there's nothing to do except drink wine and hang out at vineyards and soul food restaurants." So reference to the vineyard and to Cisco's dad's restaurant, which was great.
Because the only thing we've seen on Earth, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely daft. But it's fun.
Yes.
But I like the idea that she knows what she wants, the captain, because most of the time Picard will just say what he wants, or Yeah, so it's a nice little joke. I like the beaming, even though it's a little bit silly. The map is such a map. Such a
We
map.
don't use maps in the future. We use filler cartography.
Good line. I don't quite understand. I know I'm not meant to, but the idea that she was negotiating with these aliens who are friends. She says thanks. They get pissed. She beams back. She says thanks again. They get even more pissed. I know they say, I guess we have different words for, you know,
Different meaning for gratitude. Yeah.
yeah. But the scene obviously is such a small part. It doesn't quite connect for me because you would think she would know the species and know how to deal with them. Like she spent a month learning the Cardassian stuff to go well. So the fact that she made a mistake by saying thank you seems a bit stupid. But it's, you know what I mean? It's a quick scene. Who cares? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, well, I don't think quite because it just feels so. It's not like a Tellarite where you kind of insult them. It's just like a really you did everything wrong there. I'm confused.
Jarzia though, $2. We fake it. Fake what? It. And Fleet Paw Swift back $2. 51 likes again at 100. Hashtag like spike. 111 people watching with 55 likes. Guys, come on. We can do better than that with 100 people watching. We can hit 100 likes.
Yeah.
With 111 people watching.
Wow,
Let's do
absolutely.
it. Hit like. I love how they also slink around the edge of the bridge to get into their seats, which is good.
Like it makes no sense. Will never happen ever.
Everybody's focused on the view screen and everything else. So,
I mean, doors aren't quiet. That blue guy should look. And it just makes you wonder. So they've been at Red Alert. They've never ordered a scan, a change course. I don't buy it for a second. Doesn't make sense to the scene. Unless they've been at Red Alert for like 1 minute. But can you imagine if because like, Mr. Data...
Yeah.
It would take seconds. So it is a stupid moment, but it's a funny joke. But it is stupid, but it's a comedy. This is one of those conceits I'll give. As opposed to like the alien in the first pre-title, which is like, how can she hold it? That was a stupid without the logic,
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Gorns Are Mammals throws in $2. You have drawn my attention. Rolling on the floor laughing. That's later in the museum. Yeah. You've drawn my attention. Yeah, and I love how the captain says, "Oh, this guy is really bugging."
Yeah,
he's a bug. And then they ask Mariner and Boimler their suggestions, and Boimler's like, "Hey, whatever you want to do, Cap. Don't kiss my ass." And then the security guy pipes up and says, "It's your chance to shine, man." Didn't expect that. Didn't expect them to be asked what their opinion in this situation. So I thought that was great.
Yeah, it's weird that the tension just drops drastically. It's like, oh, an attack. Let's just pause for a bit. It doesn't quite work, but that's okay. And it is a bit of a weirdly long moment. And Boimler fusses and just thinks of something. Shows he's definitely not ready for bridge duty, although most of the time you just follow the orders, you don't decide anything. And obviously you're not manually programming in escape course 14. Like they say, Captain says, escape course 14. Beep beep. Type in the text field 14. Initiate. That's called piloting. But they ask him what he thinks. He gives one option. They're like, what? He gives a second option. Mariner's like, what? Because they are real options. Like,
you haven't been paying attention? That'll get us killed.
Yeah. Like, I like the idea of it. I just wish it was more of a full episode theme. Because, like, all these maneuvers, most won't work.
Yeah.
But this definitely makes him look really stupid, this scene, as he is often portrayed. He comes and goes this episode. But none of them are particularly good. So that kind of works in the context. Yeah.
But then the captain's like, send them a message. Send our friends a message. And Mariner's like, okay, good call, Captain, and fires. Now, the thing that bothered me is, I'm sure you can probably fire from ops. But why would she have the fire controls set up and ready to go? That'd be Shrax's job. And he loves shooting stuff. So, just saying, that kind of bugged me a little bit that she had the option to fire from that console. But anyway.
Like it's a clever, funny scene because it kind of feel like because obviously Mariner has no context of the situation. That's the joke. So she hears and her brain goes straight to dubious. So she's like, "Ooh, some message. Okay, yeah." But the way she said it was the way the captain said was no just said it normally. There was nothing to it, but without knowing what you're doing. But yeah, I thought on the second viewing I thought the same. It's like if she meant phases, Mariner. She asked the guy who uses the phasers. She asked you, the woman that controls the op station. So it is, but this is one of those things. It feels like it was a miscommunication, but Marina's just being stupid. She's just making a big fu mistake. Like,
Yeah.
she's just screwing up. And yeah, and I'm sure she's like doing massive, like she's doing an override procedure to access the phasers. Yeah, bit dodgy. Yeah, escalates it a bit, Stuart, because when you fire on an enemy vessel, or like, it's like, oh yeah, not going well.
Under the circumstances, with everything that's happened, the red alert going on, and the captain says, send them a message. Yeah, it's pretty logical to assume that it's not invite them for dinner or supper.
Except
know
you
what I'm
wouldn't be
saying?
ordered to do it.
True.
It's like
That's
saying,
true.
medical officer, fire phasers. What? You heard me. Okay. Yeah.
But obviously she meant invite them over. So, but the aliens target their bridge and fire, and that's where things get interrupted. So we don't know what happens.
Which is fun, because that's quite a devastating place to hit them.
Yeah.
Especially with the bridge window, confirmed. Bridge window.
Oh,
Transparent steel bridge window. Single layer, no view screen.
transparent steel is Star Wars universe. We're talking about transparent aluminum.
So then the guy's like, what? I don't care about this. Why, I don't care. Tell me about the map. And she's like, I didn't see a map. I'm thinking, yeah, you did. Like, I mean, you don't, like, even, well, it's like you did see a map, but their context is, you did see it, you didn't care, you didn't think about it, you forgot it. That's kind of the context.
Yeah. And then place her in the tank of contempt with the eels.
Which is the eel from the trailer. So we got that image.
And Jarzia, $5. To be fair, in Favorite Son, Kim orders tactical control to his station in a few seconds and fires on another ship. Yes, but in this situation, I mean, it is ops, and ops can pretty much do anything. They can reconfigure the panel, but it just didn't make sense that she had access to that right away. So anyway.
And she'd actually, like I say, she wouldn't be ordered to. Like, she just wouldn't be the person, to assume that is that, but it's good. It's good that she makes mistakes. It's good that she does dumb things. And that's why everyone's like, what the hell? Because, like, yeah, what the hell? You overrided Strax, fire phasers. Hey, at least it wasn't quantum, well, they haven't got the quantum, they haven't got to be launched as far as we know. But, at least it wasn't torpedoes. That'd be even worse.
Yeah. But Boimler stops him from dipping her in the tank and says, I was there too. We didn't see a map. And he pauses and he goes, okay, perhaps there's a misunderstanding. You may go uneeled for now.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, then there's a bunch of talk about the neutral zone map and how it's not important because it's a neutral zone. And then we get...
It's so neutral.
What's... yeah, exactly. And what's with...
And he's gone again.
The stupid guy's names in this. There's first name is Samanthan Rutherford and Bradward. So there's some really odd first names, but that's okay. We even hear the engineer's name later, and it's an odd one as well. So,
and this is one of those bits with the eels, especially, that it does disconnect you from the rationale of the storyline. Obviously, this is a bad place. Obviously, there's a bad people because she's being threatened, and the guy, more the first half, the second half, but every one of his lines is, tell me I'll do this too. Like, he's just being, there's no niceness to it. The second half, he's kind of like, what are you doing? Like, more comical. But there's no way to perceive this first half as he's being, tell me about my good colleagues over there. There's no context that's positive.
Yeah.
It's only that shift later on, so it would have been nice if there's a bit more of a clue. Like I said, if there's more balloons or the eels have been like holographic and you could see those hints to it, because these eels, although they never say they're going to kill you, I guess it could just be normal eels that won't kill you.
He does say to Tendi, he says, are you risking death
by eels?
Yeah,
we'll get
telling the truth. That's the line that really bugs me in this whole context, this whole thing.
Yeah,
but whatever.
We'll get there. But yes, Rutherford is next. Although I do like Marina's line of like, hey, no eels! Ha! It's like, okay, yeah,
Suck
sure.
at eels, yeah. So we find, Rutherford's implant helps him remember everything perfect, gives him perfect memory. And the guy's like, that's great. So tell me of the events of Stardate 57791.1. And he goes, hey, wait a minute. You sure you want that one? I've got many other great Stardates in here.
Yeah.
Other than that one.
Mm-hmm.
I want the one I said.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, you're not going to like it.
Yeah, that's the one day I forget most of it.
Yes.
Although I like this kind of explains why he's such a good engineer. Because he remembers everything and has more storage. He's not overly talented. He's just like a data. Like he just has all it, because they kind of went really far than being a cyborg, basically. Like it's not just an implant to let him see. He's got a brain that is now a computer, like as in fully integrated. Like it's way more like you couldn't reboot Geordie. I know it's different technology, but you know I was surprised how far they went with that on this.
Yeah. But this is something that we need to include in the Trekyards episode. This next thing, rotating the EPS capacitors, because they overheat if you leave them facing one direction too long.
Rotate the EPS.
That's the kind of information you can find in some Trekyards episodes about ships. And
I liked it. As stupid, non-anything as it is, it's like, okay, yeah, they're really high end and they have a little port and yeah. And then the two guys run in and because everyone's in yellow, there's a lack of context to why and how. But then you realize, oh yeah, he is the chief engineer, isn't he? Because you never really see him. So yeah, it makes sense. Strax says, I need a guy that can do this. Chief engineer says, oh, I know my guy. Be able to locate him, find him. He's like, oh, hey, sirs, how you doing? And they are not happy.
Does your implant have Romulan flight manuals and repair information? Not right now.
No, sound happier, Stuart. You have to sound happier and more bouncy.
No. I refuse. Oh. Anyway, he doesn't want to update it because he usually does that at night, kind of like when I charge my phone. That way, because it gives him, he doesn't get a chance to say what it does because he gets ordered to do it and he starts updating. He does his okie dokie line, which is great. Anyway, they're talking about the plan and you have all your shots, and then they mentioned something about Denoblian flesh-eating bacteria on your penis.
Oh, it does that,
even though it gets cut off.
Oh.
But it's but the way it overlaps with the other line, you can tell exactly where it is. Obviously. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, it'll eat right through your underpants. What? And then it restarts.
And then we're gonna talk to you about the plan, right? We're gonna brief you right now. Oh dear. Now this is very dangerous. Like, what? What? This is not a good feature that deactivates you for an unknown amount of time, and clearly 5 updates in a row.
You on autopilot.
Yeah, and not just that, but a more skillful autopilot. Like, it'd be great to see, as lots of these cutaways, other him, and surely these two would be like, that doesn't sound like Rutherford, because he's got a robot voice, or you know what I mean? It's weird they don't even clock that he's unconscious for 99% of the mission. Bit weird, but again, neither of them like well, no, Chief Engineer loves him. Why doesn't he register? Weird.
Well, I love how he knocked these guys out with the Vulcan neck pinch. He's like, I don't even know that, but his implant is a Vulcan implant, so it makes sense that it knew how to do it while he was. I love how the other guy calls them both Spocks. Tell that to Spock and Spock. Like, it's his one name for all Vulcans.
I didn't like that. I thought that was a bit stupid. I felt a little bit racist.
Yeah, it did.
It's like, hey, Chang and Chang.
But he's done that before. He's like, what about those wood worshippers, eh?
Okay, that's true. Yeah. Well, I'm wondering...
Kind of his character.
I'm wondering why they have Ferengi phasers. Because there's a Ferengi TNG Enterprise props. Or DS9. DS9 props. I'm a bit confused about.
Don't know.
But, I mean, they're props from TNG and DS9, so... And this is our first time, Stuart, seeing inside a TMP warp sled or shuttle. We've never seen that before, of this era, so I'm not going to say this is what it looks like the whole time, but yeah.
And it's worth pointing out, there's this big-ass window in the front, but on the outside of those ships, there's no window. So that means that's a view screen, obviously.
I mean, yeah, it would have to be.
But yes, first time seeing the inside, which is great. And we did call it. It is a museum that they're going to, but they need to jump out of this thing
with parachutes, not beam, but jump.
And it's a great time to reboot again.
All right, now I've wanted to screen cap this for a while. What is on the museum? So let's zoom in, and let's see what's actually at this museum. Because I was hoping it would look Romulan then, or Vulcan, because if it's meant they imply it's Vulcan, although they're very clever at not actually saying what, where, or how it is.
Yes.
So there is two Enterprise-looking things, as in like Federation.
There's another kind of looks almost like an Orion ship or something. The green thing.
Yeah. This is a thoroughly underwhelming sight, I'll be honest.
Yes, it is.
Although and I don't know if you'll remember this reference, but the main building looks to me like a sort of funny version of the Futurama church of Star Trek. Do you remember that?
Yes. All hail the warp engine.
And Scotty said this, yeah. Yeah, I thought this would be more Vulcan-y, because that's not Vulcan architecture.
The Trembler, $2. Strax didn't grow up in the United Federation of Planets, Bajor, or a refugee camp. Yeah, but you know, to be part of the Federation, you probably shouldn't be racist. Although Star Trek 6, a whole bunch of other. Never mind. I'll just continue on.
I mean, you know, it's non-hurtfulness. Plus, if he doesn't if he doesn't know any Vulcans, then if he only knows one Vulcan. But yeah, I guess we call that. I don't want to call this actually Vulcan because that's weird. And then they stole a ship from Vulcan to get to Romulus. And besides that level of warp drive, that would take months. You know, on a low grade warp, so it'd have to be somewhere much closer. But anyway, okay, well less Easter eggs there, but that's okay.
Is it just me, or should we use his startup reboot stuff as our L-cars for live once? Because it looks really nice. It's nice, clean. It looks good.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Good color.
But speaking of good color, Stuart, we zone back in and we get to see a beautifully recreated D7/Katinga Jem'Hadar bug ship, Work B, a Ferengi shuttle type 7 shuttle, type 6 shuttle, and a Tholian ship. And I do think this is maybe at least a Vulcan planet, because there is Vulcan armor, or at least some. People are wearing a lot. There's a lot of Vulcans here, and even I believe that lady in the back is wearing something similar to what Sarek's wife. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Not that they were clear it was on Vulcan, but definitely a Vulcan.
Looks like planet. Most people have pointed ears. There's one round set of ears.
I mean, they're wearing the garb of Vulcans, so.
Yeah.
And then Stuart, the most beautiful pan up in a couple of years. Especially for you.
The OS in all its glory. And one of my favorite ships, too. With such a great design on the bottom.
And what does Rutherford say in all the glory of the scene?
He says, Romulan bird of prey.
What a reveal.
In a questioning voice. He knows what it is, at least. Fleet Paw Swiftback, $2. Yes, use Rutherford's L-cars. Looks awesome. Maybe we will. Maybe we will at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we get the next view where Strax is climbing up the thing, and you called it that was a warp nacelle. I didn't believe you, but there you go.
Yeah, I just said it offhand. I was just like, you know what? I know it's not, but it kind of to me looks like a TOS coin nacelle. But I know it isn't. Nope, but it was a thing that looks almost exactly like a TOS coin nacelle. The bird of prey nacelle. But
I think the scaling's completely wrong here, by the way, but that's okay.
Yep. I mean, it could be a smaller version. No, I don't know, Stuart.
And
yes,
Type F shuttle in the background. TOS.
Wait, hold on, Stuart. You ready? You ready, guys in the chat? TOS Cannon, TOS Federation technology for the first time. Can I get some claps in the chat, guys? It's not a Discovery shuttle.
Yes.
So, you talk. I'm gonna keep clapping, but mute myself just to give them. Because well done, guys.
Yeah, no, it's great that we finally got real TOS, real representation in a new Star Trek franchise. Look at him; he's enjoying that. And no Discovery shuttle to be seen. There's 2 Type 6s there. They could have easily parked the Discovery shuttle at the back there and replaced that one Type 6, which would have been funny. I would have laughed had they used one, but they refused, and I appreciate that in its own regard because it's overdone in Picard. So.
And great to Planet That's actually a very detailed to Planet And yeah, definitely a Vulcan colony. I don't think it's Vulcan, but Vulcan colony. Yeah.
And Matthew K, $2. Is that a Borg
Vinculum
over the shuttle?
It wouldn't be, but it could be. I thought that too.
Sure. And somebody pointed out too, it looks like there's the monolith from 2001 there as well.
Yes, we joked about that the other day.
Yeah.
I do wish though they had shown more of it, like a walkthrough.
I know. I wish there was like some kind of walk and talk with other ships in the background going by, but oh well. We'll take what we can get. Jarzia, $5. This one is just for soft retconning out the Disco Shuttle. Well done, Lower Decks.
Yes. And Devereaux says, now we know where that one Romulan warlord got his hands on Old Star Warbird. Well, no, it's not the same ship. It's not the same class. Why would you make that connection? One was in a museum, okay? So what?
Yeah.
Why would a Romulan go?
Well, he said an old style warbird. Maybe that one was at a different museum because it's like the refit version. So
yeah, why would you assume it was someone from a museum? It would just be a dude had one somewhere in a junker or I saw an article about that. Which is like what a real leap. The one we saw in a museum is the one that Ward stole years later, refitted completely. It's like, no, why would that be the case? That's ridiculous. There are more than one warbird still existing, guys. And that was also not the same warbird. Because it looked completely different. That's weird.
Yes. Let's see. So then we get the guard and the whole. You've drawn my attention, like because right before that it's like don't draw any attention. You've drawn my attention, and then distract him with the fan dance.
I'm confused though. Is he meant to be a Vulcan in this Vulcan-esque museum?
As we talked about, his hairline looks like it's supposed to be, but
he doesn't act like a Vulcan at all. Like he's too emotional. He's like a normal guy. I would even say he feels like a Romulan because again the haircut, the way that it goes into the ridges. As my dad actually said, why is a guy in a museum holding a modern day phaser rifle and, as you said, wearing a antiquated 100-year-old armor? It's like what? What? How does that make sense?
Yeah.
What?
Oh well, whatever. I love how the guard complains though, and he wants the regular fan dance. And Track's like, "What are you doing?" My best. And then the access panel on the bottom, where you get the little display of the ship, and cool. I guess he's getting ready to hotwire it. Because we don't really know what happens after this. Unfortunately, I'd like to see that personally, but. Yeah. And so would Rutherford, because it's mentioned later. How'd you steal it? I don't know. I want to know too.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. What ship that is? Behind the Planahath in the shot I just brought up, there's a Federation-looking ship in like a panel.
Yeah.
It's a silhouette of something. I don't know what it's meant to be.
What's behind?
So it looks too nacelle based.
Oh, behind this Type 6 shuttle, or
no, behind. Look on the live behind Rutherford's fan. In
Oh, okay.
Right above it. Weird.
Let me see here.
Don't know. I'm assuming it's an exhibit, like a glass exhibit with a thing. Don't
know. But then the guard points his phaser at him, and all of a sudden, doom, verifying download. He shuts down again.
And then he's standing on space. And I was quite confused by that, but I love the payoff.
Yeah. How am I standing in space? Boom, boom, boom. He hits it. And it decloaks. That's a glorious shot, by the way. Where it decloaks with the warp sled.
Yep. That was a lovely touch to actually have that level of detail. And it gives you that's an immaculate scale. Like, that's a really good scale indicator. And that's about right. I mean, that's not far off, I think.
Yeah, it's still too big to be what was in the museum, but that's okay.
Well, to our normal scale. And what do you think about there's more paneling on this bird of prey, obviously, than the 60s. What do you think?
Oh, I love it. I think it looks great. And I like that, that you just don't get that level of detail in TOS because it wasn't shown because, couldn't get high res enough. I like when they kind of Aztec the TOS Enterprise and stuff. So I think that's great.
That's how you do
visual. Very subtle.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And what a surprise, because I think I was expecting they wouldn't see it again.
Mm-hmm. It's such a great shot. Like I said, that's a wallpaper material for my computer right there because it's so well drawn. It just looks so good.
And Gorns and Mammal says, of course, a museum guard would wear period clothing, but they show many periods, so his period doesn't link to any of those periods at all.
Yeah.
Now, it'd be fine for multiple guards and multiple costumes, but then
Maybe there were. We just didn't see them. See?
Sure, but he should have had a period of phaser rifle then. But why is he even armed with a phaser rifle? You know, would have been fine if he was in like old costume or old weapon as well. But
Unleashed films, $2. The monolith from 2001: Space Odyssey in the museum. Yes. Yes.
Well, something monolithic is in the museum.
Yes. Yes. But then yeah, the poor guy Billups. That's his name, Billups. So another silly name, but I don't know if it's a first name or a last name. But anyway, he is suffering from nitrogen intoxication, and as a result, he's like, Tasha, no, the garbage bag's behind you. Talking about whatever the guy's name was that killed her. Why does my camera keep going out of focus today? There we go. So yeah, nitrogen intoxication. He's got 60 seconds of air left. So he's trying to get to the Vulcan shuttle. And as you can see, it's kind of behind the strut. So he keeps banging into the strut as he's trying to get over there because his thing's going to shut down again. Yeah, so he kept hitting the thing. And he's like, stupid cloaked bird. But finally gets him into the shuttle. And I love it how it's like updating Klingon fonts. What? Why do I even need that? Shut down again.
Yeah, I was a bit confused as to what he was bashing into because I didn't think the pylon was right there, given that we can see it. It didn't quite make sense to me because it's a flat.
It doesn't make sense because the way that it's angled, you're walking up it anyway. You wouldn't be bashing into it like that, but it's funny nonetheless.
Yeah, and I guess he was I guess he might have been thinking that his restarted brain, the automatic pilot, wouldn't save the guy. Like it's too focused on like the mission rather than actually,
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
But then he says, "Watch out for those controls. They're set to," and then he collapses on them, and this thing warps out, which is cool. It's a great shot, actually.
It is actually.
But then we get,
it's such a surprising, like fully beautiful detail of the ships. Like, oh wow, that is so many quick shots of ships. And this is why people say when they comment about, guys, it's a cartoon, they're not going to draw everything. Come on, not for a second. It's like, look how much detail this has. It has less than 5 seconds of screen time the entire episode. The detail is excellent, so of course they put the effort in, guys. I don't like that comment. There's effort they do put it in.
And then the next scene where he wakes up, we find out how Raffi pays her rent. She rents out Vasquez rocks for Gorn weddings. Because it's clearly Vasquez rocks, which is great. And yeah, a Gorn wedding, which is funny as hell. I love this crashed Vulcan ship behind him. Like, where are they exactly? Besides Vasquez rocks, obviously.
Yeah, it's a little bit obnoxious to have them all be Vasquez rocks. I get it.
That's the joke, though, right?
I know.
Yeah.
And I guess it's funnier to have them all be Vasquez rocks rather than one be Vasquez rocks like we had on the other planet. But I absolutely adore the like lion, the cave entrance. I think that's a great visual.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, if the shuttle just crashed into the planet 45 feet away,
yeah, exactly,
and it's on fire, they would have heard. So it's that's stupid. I wish it kind of walked up, but I love this concept. I love the visual because we know the Gorn are a spacefaring race. And obviously, you've fought them in Starfleet battles. You know them as really like a force to be reckoned with. But really, Arena, while he is intelligent, he's and Enterprise, he's a monster, give or take. But this, I love it because you see a bride and a groom, and that is one of the civilized things you can do. And there's character behind this, and it's cute, and it's nice, and his costume's kind of cool, and they all kind of go feral, okay. But yeah, I mean, they had to design like 15 Gorn attire. What? That's great, cool, and Gorn girls, Gorn ladies, it's great.
And the
Gorn
bride
priest.
and groom both have the original Gorn patterning for the clothing. Bride around the neck, the groom has it down lower. Jarzia throws in $2. Is that fiery hellmouth a reference to the apple? Probably not.
I
thought that, but it's too different.
And actually, it's not that. It's actually a fire in the middle, so it's just like a little cave they've cut into, and there's a little fire. fire behind them.
But he gets attacked, and then he's like, haha, restarting. He thinks he's going to be out of the situation when he reboots. But no, this reboot must have happened a lot quicker because he's still there.
Yeah. So the font one took a while, but this one won. This one didn't. Although this is a bit daft, though, because either he'd be dead, because he'd be dead, or he wouldn't be dead because we were at peace with the... Like, is this an act of war? I don't know, Stuart. I don't know.
Well, I just love how the guy's like, oh, how did this become about a Gorn wedding?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you avoiding? He's like, I love how Rutherford's like, yeah, I was just telling you about the events of Stardate 57791.1. All right. Damn, rude.
Yeah.
And then I still want to know the details on how you stole the bird of prey. I know, man. Me too.
And obviously in the second viewing, you understand that in the first viewing, it sounds as if he's trying to get secret information out of them and he's being a, Arr! But in the second version, you're like, you're telling the wrong parts of the story. I don't care about this. Tell my bit of the story. Come on. So it starts to make more sense as you go. But also the big joke is that they don't know anything. They don't know anything. It's like, oops.
Yeah. And then Boimler makes a good point. He's like, why would they even steal an old bird of prey? What would they even do with that? And then Tendy's like, beats me. I mean, could be anything.
That was nice.
She knows more than, yeah.
Blatant, but a nice little lead up of like, oh yeah.
So Rutherford gets put up there with Mariner. And then Tendy gets called upon. Devonna Tendy.
Yeah. And guys, we're a bit light on Super Chats today. We're already an hour in and we are pretty low on the ground. So if you guys can help, let us know thoughts, comments, questions. It's a pretty great episode. Let us know. 140 people watching. Come on, 89 likes. Stuart, at least 100.
Hit like.
It's
11 likes. 11 people haven't hit like. That's easy.
And I want to see another $17 and we'll be to our first milestone. We're quite low today, but we're still an hour, so hopefully we can double it. That'd be nice. And yeah, 100 likes. Or no, I mean, so it's 7 away now. 7 likes. Click like.
3 away now. Wow, that really went fast.
But yes, double eel, and clearly a bad thing to be. And now it's Tendy's turn. And he is not happy.
Yeah, she's so excited about
She's
testifying.
happy. Yeah.
100 likes.
Oh, did we get it? Did we get it?
Yes, we did.
No, I see. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're at 104 now. So he asked her about if her and Ransom have ever been in the Romulan neutral zone. And she's like, I can't say. And he's like, this is easy. Come on. Why are you making this so difficult?
He also has footage of them, which feels a bit weird. And also, their eyes are censored, which kind of breaks internal continuity.
Yes.
I didn't think that until now, but oops.
Dave Stelzer, $2. I have no money. Drumhead. Yeah, I love that at the end. Again, that's a great reference.
Doesn't make sense, but I laughed out loud both times. It comes out of nowhere.
This is a sham of a trial. Drumhead.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's great. So what did it say? Yeah, tell me about, yeah, I love that I can't say, but you can say, although again, if this is secret information, then all they have to do is, come on, just tell her. Fine. It's like, wow, it didn't take long to break. You did it. Because as we know, while she doesn't give away the secret, she gives enough information to she admitted to breaking into Romulus. It's not great. I mean, that's an offense. That's a thing.
Fleet Pass Swiftback, $5. 104. No reason we can't hit 150 likes tonight, which is true. Besides, who doesn't like a Gorn wedding or TOS Romulan bird of prey? He's absolutely right. 149 people here. We can hit 150 likes easily because not everybody that's here that hit like is still here, and the people that came in to replace them haven't hit like yet. So hit like. Let's get to 150 likes. It should be easy. You can do it. And thank you for the super chats. They're greatly appreciated. The more the merrier.
Mm-hmm.
Jaws says, Foley, Samuel, how hard did you laugh when Tindy started expressing concern for the eels?
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cute, actually.
Yeah.
You're hurting the eels.
Yeah, which is just a nice lady, She's a nice lady.
But she gets to tidy up the conference rooms. And she's so excited about that. And the Mariner's like, oh, I never get to do that.
And that was a, as small as that moment seems, it's actually really important. Makes sense for Tendi to be appreciative of this. And, the confidence of, all the important decisions happened there. Mariner always makes fun of people. The fact that she actually does, like, I wanted that job. That's the one line of where we often get those things where she's redeemed a bit. Not that she's bad in this episode. She isn't. Like, she's great. But for her to be like, she does care. She does care. She wants to do the job.
It's an inner moment of her by herself.
Yes.
But she.
Yep. It's
like never
no,
say in front of somebody else.
It's like, you're stupid for liking that, and then has it as well. But that's just who she is. She's lashing out a bit. But that I guess tiny bit. That's called they know who their characters are. So good job with them. I know it's a small thing, but credit for them.
And Tim McCaffrey, $5 Canadian.
Thank you.
Do I have to shave my beep? Yeah. And did she say, do I have to shave my body? Because that would be a pussy. Or do I have to shave my pussy? Because if you look at the way her mouth moves, it could be either one. It's hilarious, but that's just me. You knew that I would like that.
Can you still hear me, guys? Am I still the same audio level? Have I changed at all, Stuart?
But they can't hear you?
No, can you hear me?
No.
No what?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, the mic, it had a weird message. The Zoom. Okay, good.
Everything's fine.
Good. Yeah, we'll get there.
But she gets
second,
interrupted.
Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, these guys come in, and this is the black bar is funny. We were wondering what the hell was up with that. It's just redacted. She just doesn't want to give away all the information.
And the guy's like,
"What?
I
love it.
You can't do that." And his tone is exactly how we are.
Yeah.
And again, because
you can't admit details like that.
But once you
but I did already. So
yeah, I did. So that's fun. But because once you know he's doing this because he wants the cool information about his escape. You can imagine, you can see why he's getting more and more pissed off. He's like, these people just literally don't say anything important. But so I do appreciate that, yeah.
Well, and here's where he says, "Are you so stubborn that you're willing to risk death by eels?" Yes, that's correct.
Yes, I am. Very distinct.
I didn't hear you. You actually cut out there. What did you say?
Oh, yeah. Say the eel thing. Ask me the questions of Tindy.
Are you so stubborn that you're willing to risk death by eels?
Yes, I am. Like a lawyer in a courtroom.
Yes.
Which is great. I love the line.
Yes,
but yeah, it's
correct.
like, oh, you're gonna kill her? What?
Yeah.
And
the first time around, it's like, that's fine because it fits in the context of this trial and the threat. And then later, it's like you look back at that line and go, "That what?" Like that's when the bridge crew should have been like, "What? You're gonna kill her?" I don't know. Anyway,
I will talk about that at the end because I have thoughts how it all pulls back together. Yeah.
But anyway, you must be the cleaner. Yeah, I absolutely am. Good. Glad you're here. All right, everybody, listen up. And so they go on to do she's got the inner monologue of, "Ooh, they actually appreciate me," and, "Ooh, the cleaning conference room is important. I knew it." And then the matching tattoos I should have drew one on. That would have been great. We're blank for life. So you get the name of their organization or whatever. I wonder if it's Section 31, probably something.
Hopefully not.
No,
I do like the creative censoring. I'm sorry, it just makes me happy with the inside. There's a normal swearing bleep and a censor bleep. And you get them often in the same sentence.
And there's not Trekyards. The Star Trek sounds like a door chime or whatever.
Yeah.
They're funny.
But
Taylor T, though.
Oh. Yeah.
Taylor T, $5.
Thank you.
Do you think Tendi's desire to have people like her is related to the fact that Orion women's pheromones easily manipulate people? Love y'all's work. Yeah, absolutely. She wants people to like her for her, not because they're forced to or, genetically altered to by the pheromones, I would assume, I guess.
We have talked about this, and obviously on Orion, like, you can't be doing that. The culture's not anymore like that. And then in the Starfleet Academy, they wouldn't have had the pheromones either. So she hasn't. And since pheromones only start at a certain age, I believe they said anyway. They haven't thought about that much. I mean, maybe it's just more of a societal thing because she obviously hasn't got the pheromones.
Mhm.
But that'd be. I think it's just she's insecure. You know. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
She's never doing doctor stuff, so she's obviously not getting assignments in sick bay. So I'd be you know, I'd be insecure too if I wasn't getting my job assignments for my job.
Yeah, yeah. But they talk about the mission, and it's into the neutral zone, beep own. I love the beeps. They just don't do anything. Uh, like the ROM beep, Yulin. Anyway, it's really great. So they go through where the package is, and there's guards stationed here and here on the weekends. And if we run into trouble, the cleaner is going to extract us. So then they start getting all gunsy with their phaser rifles, and she gets tossed a phaser rifle, and she's kind of like just stuck in this situation now at this point. And I love how in a second she's like, I should have just told them, but every time I tried.
Now I do think there's a distinction in this thing is that Tendi is a bubbly person and a bit weird. A lot of these things seem heavily exaggerated. I don't buy that the guy's like, phaser rifles, fuck yeah, woo! Like, don't buy it. Don't buy it. You know? So I think there's
That's the thing. There's so much interpretation here, like what's real and what's not, right?
Yeah, because if you think of it as like, what is she? She's seeing her second in command, who's got his buddies, and anything is exciting. So you know what I mean? It's. I mean, would you agree this is probably exaggerated beyond the real?
I want to say yes, but at the same time, knowing Tendi, probably not. Because later with the whole, you didn't fight that many Romulans. You're right, I didn't. Like, you got it. You know, this is a story that I'm censoring. Who knows?
I think I still heard censoring anyway. I think it's a multi-level thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
SWTX Chaser, $2. Black badge or neck tattoos? Which do you prefer? Honestly, the tattoos, but oh well.
Neither.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, she's the cleaner. Although you got to wonder if the cleaner was meant to meet them there at this time, and the cleaner was on the Cerritos. They don't know who the cleaner was.
Probably Mariner, because Mariner worked with the Klingon to do some some weird Black Ops missions. It'd be funny if she was originally assigned the job and Tendi got it mixed up, and that would have been kind of neat. But then, you know,
well, Ransom would know that she was the cleaner, surely, and I don't think Mariner would take on those roles anymore. So it doesn't really make sense either. It feels like it was an intentional mistake, which obviously it wasn't. But that's why, you know, her telling it, maybe she saw someone else in the conference room, they went out to get a coffee, and then she was there the 5-minute break. Like, I wish there's something more to that. It doesn't quite work.
Yeah. The Ronin puts in $2.
Hey, good to see.
Just in from Romu. Beep. Plus,
Oh,
have I missed much? No, well, yeah, actually you have. You've missed quite a bit. I would say go back and watch the rest of it because it's a good episode. So,
yes.
And then the story just evolves into, you know, the next part, and you see the ship, the 3/4 view of the bird of prey, which looks great.
And I'm
Rutherford
surprised we
jumps in and
went
says,
back here. It's like,
Yeah.
another shot, guys. You're just treating us this week.
And Rutherford jumps in with, "Oh snap, that's a ship from my story."
Didn't hear it the first time, and I was very happy the second time.
Yeah, but she's continuing her story about how she should have told him that she wasn't supposed to be there, but every time, you know, she tried to. Everybody quiet, they're scanning the area. It just gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
But the Deredex is, you know, all of a sudden 2, then 3, then 4 was pretty great. So,
and again, this story is so exaggerated because if they didn't know a ship was there, why would there be 4 Deredexes around the thing?
that's how they have conferences and meetings. They all park their ships like that so they can look at each other.
But you know what? Jesus Christ. But you know what I mean? Like, that, not at all how it happened. But it's pretty great. And the bridge. I mean, it's a Romulan bridge. Cool.
A nice toss up between TOS colors and kind of, you know, and then also the TNG aesthetic for the warbirds. So yeah, absolutely great to see.
Yeah, great to see. And yeah, I did laugh out loud at the scanning. It's such a stupid joke. It's such a stupid non-joke, but it's funny. I don't know.
Great.
I liked it.
This is the episode I laughed most out loud at. And I think that's one of the reasons I liked it the most. I also like the whole seeing the cloaked ship, with the outline.
Beautiful.
I thought that was really well done. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good. And I do, and I think we talked about this earlier, obviously, but I'm okay with the concept that this ship is so old that they don't scan for the anti-cloak anymore. It's so antiquated, it just gets by.
Yeah.
Which I like. I can get behind that.
But then they make it to Romulus, capital world of the Romulan Star Empire.
Romulus, not just like Outpost, actual Romulus. Looks great. And Remus in the shot. And within the last 12 months...
But you know what I hate, Samuel?
Oh, what?
Remans. This is where you say, yeah, they're the worst.
I mean, they are the worst. Like, yeah. I mean, they haven't changed their look or outfit in 200 years because, Enterprise. But how cool is to see Romulus? Last time was, almost the first time probably was Nemesis. And it's weird, in the last 12 months, the entire Romulan government got destroyed. There was a coup. The military took over. Shinzon whatevered. And then they got to Romulus. I mean, that is a ballsy mission. I do not approve of this mission. That is not doing well. And don't you think this level of antiquated tech, that if they scanned and detected a 200-year-old bird of prey in orbit, the decloak would be like, wait, what? What? Why is that in orbit? But it's really cool.
I'd say 100-year-old, because later they make a reference to salt vampires being extinct for 100 years. And the last one was in TOS. So.
But that was 2265. This is 2399. So that'd be 150 years. 130 years.
130, yeah.
Yeah, so close
TNG's TNG's like 80 years from TOS or something like that.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah. The Trembler, $2. Romulus, a planet built to last.
Oh, yeah. Aw. God damn it, JJ. But yeah, great looking Romulus. Simple, effective.
Oh, and transporter room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The transporter room of the bird of prey. We get to see that. So that's great. Sorry.
Doesn't it like?
I thought she's like even pointing out here. Oh, about me being the cleaner. Yeah. Your young age. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Talks right over her.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, Romulus looks good. And the whole, who I hate, Remans. Yeah, they're the worst.
It's a stupid line, but it makes sense. And isn't it great? Even though it doesn't necessarily make as much sense, they're wearing full TNG and TNG weapons. Even though you would think the capital of the Roman Empire would have the Nemesis uniforms and not TNG blasters. But you know what? Yeah, it's good to see. Good to see.
But they break in and they tell her to cover their six. And what? Your six what? And then they bust out with the package.
Yes.
Cleaner, do your thing. What's my thing? I have a thing. And she kicks the shit out of like 6 Romulan guards. And then the other guy's like, I thought the cleaner was just supposed to transport us out of here. She is. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I laughed out loud at that.
Yeah.
Like, he sounds so genuine in his acting. It's like, It's great. And and again, that really doesn't make sense. How did that happen? I don't really buy it. But you know what? It's okay. It's fun. I'd love to know what did happen, though. And how is she meant to beam them out? What does that even mean?
Exactly. Like she should have been loaded up with some transport enhancers or something. Yeah. But yeah, I thought the same thing, and I mentioned it on my first reaction review too.
But yeah, and then we cut back to Cerritos, and they're really like, she's one of the beep team, beep, brilliant beep, you're such a beep, and a beep, oh that's so great, wait, we beep together. Wait, what? But yeah, it's just again, she's remembering it much more fondly than it really happened, and it works. It's fun. Oh, and you get the swearing and the sense of beeps in the same scene, which is just it's I like it.
And then she gets right back to cleaning, and she was excited about the captain's chair, and then she's like, oh, this is where Billup sits.
And given that between a colony in the Federation and Romulus, she's been like 2 weeks away. Minimum.
Yeah.
But the context is, oh, that's cool. Oh, but the chair. Oh.
But the segue is great. This is where Billup sits. You expect me to believe that, but that is where Billup sits.
Wonderfully
Billup's,
stupid.
of course. Billup is the chief engineer.
Yeah.
He's one of the ones in the beam right now.
Yeah.
The Ronin puts in $2.02. $2 for Tendi breaking Orion stereotypes.
Yes. And guys, we're slowly building up the super chats now, but I'd love to know 30. We're slowly getting to a low medium, but need at least another 30, if not 80. 80 would be great. If you guys can help. We've still got almost an hour. Almost the way through. Let us know. Guys, what do you think? Put in a super chat what you liked most best about this episode. There's so much you can like. I'd love to see like 5 super chats now about what you liked most. If I can challenge you that way.
Yeah. I love how guys like, you did not do martial arts on multiple guards. And she's like shocked for a second, like, you're right, I didn't. And she blinks.
But that's
great.
Yeah. Snap.
But ignite the burners. They all get dunked in the tank of eels, and burners like, why would you have burners and eels? It's redundant.
Yeah, but those lines are so quick. I barely didn't hear.
Yeah,
didn't hear that. But I'm guessing we'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, it's fun. I do like the 10D, because you can take it many ways. Also, she's so inexperienced and so naive. Like, what she sees is not even what happens necessarily.
So where she even says, I think you're hurting the eels. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they get dropped.
Demas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Demas Alves. Yes, Romulus. How I remember it well. You will find the predominant color to be gray, the buildings, the clothes, the people. Did you know that Romulan heart itself is gray? It's true.
No. Well, okay then. Thanks, man.
Ozzy Maderos, $5. You tell me the truth or my foot will be up your ass. Okie dokie, Skeleton. I wish he would have said that. Would have been perfect.
That would be good. Yeah.
SWTX Chaser, $2. Is this retconning the old Bird of Prey in Picard? No, it's not. It's just
I'll do Tindy. No, it's not.
Yes.
That was an antique. This is a museum piece. That was a TOS one. This was a TOS one. That was a post TOS one.
That's probably a refit one. Yeah.
Yes.
Matthew K, $5. I think Tendi is my favorite.
Thing is, she has so much potential. She just never gets to use it.
Yeah.
But this, she used her potential. Good for them.
And the Trembler throws in $10. Ooh. Would Freeman not lose self-control and react to Mariner messing this up for her? Doesn't Ransom do what it takes to protect his crew? That's the problem. Yeah, that I have this episode. Like, things should have been said by the bridge crew, but it makes the bridge crew look really bad this episode.
Yeah, well, there's a whole debate to have, and I absolutely want to have that debate at the end, because this is a very because the whole thing's a wrapper story. So each of the small bits, but then what does the big bit mean? And guys, and Stuart, I'm thrilled to say 151 viewers concurrently, which is actually great. Welcome. 122 likes, which is good. It's good. It's not good.
We need at least 130. I mean, and we can hit 150.
Oh.
So, just saying.
I mean, that's 8 more. 8 more. And you know what? Stuart?
What?
According to my scans, beep, 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 beep. I think we've got 8 more. Is Elite? Yeah, Elite. Yeah, you, sir. Hey, madam, yes, you haven't clicked like. So click like. There you go. Do it.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll turn that off.
I remember that.
Anyway.
Drop to
so
the
they
heels.
get pulled out because Boimler says, we never know what we're doing. We never know what we're doing. Lord X, they never tell us anything. And he doesn't believe that. He's like, you're Starfleet. Surely you've been briefed. He's like, yeah, I wish. We just never get we never get caught up to speed. Because even the bridge crew don't know what they're doing half the time. And he's like, impossible. Human lies. You are the best of the best. your senior officers are always in full control. And he's like, no, man, they mess up all the time. Like whenever Q shows up, and here's the first Q in this episode, which is great. And he doesn't really sound like Delancey. He's got his voice acting voice on. There's one or two lines where he sounds like Q, but other than that, he's over exemplifying everything, exaggerating. So
yeah, I'm going to go back for a brief second because you went through quite a lot there, which is fine. I do like how the alien guys reacting to him. You can understand based on the context, which I like. Although he's also being very aggressive, which again you would think if the crew would stop, etc., etc. Yeah, the Q appears, which is definitely random. And the fact that he knows so much about Q is like, oh, okay. I don't know why he's got a staff. He looks quite fat in those robes. They don't suit him well. They don't fit him well. He looks off. And so, I think you said in a previous thing he should have been in uniform. I think if it was in uniform, you wouldn't be able to tell it was Q. Because, honestly, even with that face, you wouldn't say it was John Delancey. If you were being told it's John Delancey, you're like, oh,
they mentioned Q, and then this happens. So all you need is the flash, and most people would know it's Q, right?
But you know what I mean, though. Like, they're not. It's not like, oh, it's a spitting image of John Delancey as Q. And yeah, then they flash him away. I do like this visual. The idea of this visual, it's really stupid, but I do like it. But I don't like the fact that this tells us that John Delancey is Q toys with multiple crews. It devalues the uniqueness of Picard and his crew, which we, and I'll go straight into the caveat to that, is that this is obviously post TNG, and while we could argue Q is a non-linear being, the way he interacts with Picard is clearly linear. He clearly experiences the same events in the same order as Picard. So, whatever. If Q is roughly linear in how he interacts with our realm, then this is post all of TNG, post all of Voyager, post all of DS9. He's made multiple friends. He's made multiple humans. He's also bored in a sense. He's been he's been shown off and been beaten by humans in terms of like like with young Q. He's obviously a father with a kid that's quite a few millennia old, whatever. So he's more just like, you know what? I'm just have fun with everyone else. He went from one crew to many crews, and that's kind of the way I take this. Is like, yeah, lots of people because each one brings different spice. Yeah, because kind of the way they played in Voyager didn't diminish TNG's approach because it was so different. But this, it feels like they were just another crew. It's weird.
Well, and as I pointed out, I mean, he's already messed with the best of the Enterprise. So what's the least important, worst crew in Starfleet? Yep. Oh, the Cerritos. That's something exactly that Mike McMahon would do because that's the point of this show. That's the premise. The least important ship in Starfleet. So,
and I wish in this they could have done this scene. He says, "I've seen what Picard and Enterprise does, the best of the best, and I see what the worst of the best has to offer." That'd be great.
Best of the worst, yeah.
Because that's true. Like, they're not the worst, but they're the best of the worst of the best. That would have been great. Would love that.
I love the confusion here of the game. Like, you got the chessboard, the chess pieces, the cards, the football stands for the field goals, and then a soccer ball. It's great.
That did
really
make
confuse the shit out of them.
I liked it. It was fun.
Matt Deckard, though, throws in $17.01. I see what you did
fancy.
There. Am I correct in believing Lower Decks is in a universe that doesn't connect with Discoverse or Kelvin timeline, but connects with everything TOS, TNG, DS9, and Enterprise? And yes, Q should have been uniformed. Yes, you're correct. It does. This is prime timeline. Absolutely. 100%. But yes, Q should have been in uniform. I agree. I think he should have shown up in a TNG captain's uniform. That would have been great. And then even changed into his judge uniform, his judge costume.
I mean, basically should have been in more than 2 lines. 2 scenes. But also answer to you, it is Prime, but so is Discovery, and JJ was never Prime, so there's no, but
But Discovery's not, though.
At least, well, they're actually trying here. And speaking of, we get a very abstract scene that I like. And then, clip show, guys. Clip show. Because, Ransom, he has success with ladies. He's a ladies guy, ladies man. Although, I wonder how this woman alien got on board. How from. Like, if it was on a space station, it's one thing. But she got onto Cerritos fully. Because what does it turn out that she is? Because, she's getting on with him. She's maybe going to go back to Casa to Ransom. But,
Yeah.
But what
But
happens?
yeah, she's a salt vampire. No, she's
Oh.
not. Nice try. They went extinct 100 years ago.
Which is a good line. Like, I like that. And that actually makes this a huge deal. Like, I know it's a throwaway comment, but this means, oh shit, the salt vampires are alive? What? Oh no, what?
Yeah. The Trembler though, $5.
Thank you.
Given the odd Mariner Freeman relationship, I can see this being one of a few ship visits, few ships queue visits, not going everywhere, and why he goes to lower decks for. What?
I mean, there's nothing to say he can't go to other ships. Obviously, he does. Just the more he does that, the less it values TNG. Obviously, they were his first, but you know, because if they'd said, "Oh my god, it's Q, I am Q," but they've all dealt with him before, clearly several times. To the point that Mariner says, "Oh, I don't want to deal with your bullshit." Like they've dealt with Q lots of times, which means again, not special. So if it was just a, "Oh my god," there's ways of doing things, you know.
Jarzia, $5. Q
Thank
just
you.
wants a friend. He only kept bothering Picard and company because he wanted to be invited to their poker game.
That'd been good. That should have been a post-credit sequence for All Good Things.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the Salt Vampire? I mean, that is hardcore TOS right there.
That's great. It's great. I think it's fantastic. And of course, he sees what he wants to see, just like Kirk and McCoy and all them did in the episode. So it's great. The Trembler though puts in $2. Why he visits the lower decks for at the end? Oh, lower decks for yes. Yeah, sure. Because they're like the lowest of the low on the worst ship. So, yeah, next scene's great where Boimler says, I read all their logs. They're stepping in it all the time. And this is the wrong ship. A bunch of imposters who claim not to know me. Am I in a parallel dimension? She's like, this is the Cerritos, right? No, this is the Alhambra. Did you get on the wrong ship? And I love this little reference to all the ships looking the same. They all look the same. But the doctor that came out of the turbolift should have been a dog. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, I don't like this scene. It doesn't work for me. I like the concept, but they all look too similar. Like, they're beyond similar. That's just Mariner with yellow eyes. That's Boimler as a bug. It's like it looks. This is a parallel universe. This is not. I don't buy for a second. This is an alternate ship. Not for like. No, I don't buy it. It's dumb. Sorry.
That's the point, though.
Yeah, but it's not funny. It's just stupid. So sorry. This one I don't like at all. It's too much.
That's okay. But yeah, this is where he's like insisting that you need to tell me that your senior officers are infallible heroes, but it's not, and it's okay. We all joined Starfleet, and here he has the best.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great Boimler moment for sure. Awesome speech. Talking about we're explorers, we don't always know what's going on, but did Picard know about the Borg? Did Kirk know about the giant Spock on Philios, which is a reference to the Infinite Vulcan from the animated series?
Mm-hmm. I didn't get that. I appreciate you mentioning that.
And did Dr. Crusher know about that ghost in the lamp thing from the Scottish planet that she hooked up with that one time? That whole thing.
Yep. That's a hell of a
reference. He goes on. Yep. Then he goes on with his assumptions. He clearly wants to say that the captain and the crew messed up, but we simply don't have the full story, and that's the truth. Whatever they did, I guarantee it was all for good. You have shown no evidence that they are guilty of a crime. In fact, I find you guilty of trying to take them down with this sham of a trial. Drumhead. Just like mic drop at the end. It was great. It was such a great speech, and I gotta say that Boimler stands out in this episode and is not much of an idiot. So I like that.
I mean, he's an idiot in every other scene, but that's normal. Boimler. Yeah, in this one he kicks butt. And it's definitely nice to see. He's not given enough of the limelight.
SWTX Chaser puts in $5. Hashtag Drumhead. Drumhead's coming up on our reviews.
Ooh.
It's coming up soon.
Yeah, and him dropping that, like I say, each time I always forget it. Well, the second time I forgot it came, and it does make sense because the drumhead is the name of an episode, not like they don't say drumhead in it, do they? Surely. Like
Yes, they do.
they
They
really
talk about a drumhead trial.
Oh, it's actually a term then.
Yes.
Oh, this was the episode title. Well, there you go.
And
So-
it'll be in the episode when we review it. You'll go, oh, okay.
Brilliant.
Yes. But the way he does it, drumhead at the end, is just to reference the episode, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the mic drop. It's the mic drop episode. Is the mic drop moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Wait, this is a trial? What gave you that idea?" And I'm like, "Well, everything." It's like, "No, lights on," and it's so bright and colourful and lots of pink and there's cake. And it's really nice and happy. Well, not nice, but it's really, really nice looking. It's just like, what?
Your crew rescued me from the Romulans. So we find out he was the package.
Mhm.
The Romulans held him for over a year. So his Imperium Magistrate Klar.
What?
So yeah, he says, "You must come celebrate with me. Your deeds in my victory will forever be etched into the great history stone." And they're like, "Oh, can't say no to a party." And that's when the doctor's, "Oh, great. Guess I'll have to shave my beep."
And then he gets back and forth with the guy. It's a fun, silly. Mariner's taking over now, just saying you're an idiot basically, and why the eel and why the beam. No, it's not a beam. It's a ceremonial, like amazing. Well done, guys. And they're like
Beam of celebration. Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Oh no, I'm really proud to be in the beam." It's like, "Shut up!" In essence, it's very strange.
Yeah. Shut up, Billups. That's, you find out his name's Billups.
It's very silly, like but it's a wonderful juxtaposition, because as they say in a second, this is their cultural traditions. So yes, it's wonderfully silly, because culturally it's the thing they do. And he's like, "What about this judge guy?" It's like, "I don't know him. He's just there." It's like, Don't look at me. I'm just waiting for my little girl Hunter's birthday," which is like, oh, cute.
Aw, and you hear Tindy off screen. Aw.
Just waiting.
But then the guy
that's
comes in
the
and
queue.
says-
Like each cubicle is the guy next in the queue, or something.
Yeah. But then the guy comes in and says, "Etcher's down. You've only paid for 22 minutes," which I loved. The length of the episode to that point, it's like, all right, that's awesome.
And the guy's like, but no, I've been start etching. I was like, not the point. It's like, and they really did ruin his party. I mean, he didn't get any etching, and oh dear.
Then the back and forth. You almost killed us with eels, or you almost dipped us in the eels. You ruined my party. You did the thing with the eels. You did ruin my party. So
It's weird. It is weird. It's meant to be weird.
The Trembler, though, $5.
Thank you.
One, can we now officially say the Boimler speech is a thing? And two, the Indosian was debatable. But with this reference, the anime considered canon now. Yeah, well, I mean, they've officially stated that it is canon now, so...
Well,
yeah.
some of it's canon. I mean, again...
You can't pick and choose, though. It's either canon or it's not.
I mean, that doesn't make sense, because they didn't think of it that way at the time, so... Otherwise, they have force field belts, so why don't they use force field belts in TOS or TNG, etc.?
Well, I'm sure they're going to be referenced in this show. I guarantee you're going to see a force field belt at least once. Just saying.
But you know what I mean. It isn't an all or nothing. It's a throwaway cartoon where things don't make sense. That's the whole point of it. Like, where's Chekhov then for a year?
He's doing his command training. That's explained, man. It's all good.
Yeah,
it was written by the same people, and it ties in beautifully. It's canon.
But they never thought there'd be any more Star Trek, so it was just throwaway fun stories or any real... It was kind of TOS, but it's not, Anyway, but yeah, they're getting back on the ship. They're getting apparently negative, but it's like, you guys messed up everything about the situation. You always got killed, which again, she says. So it was a life-threatening situation, but that was a damn good speech. So, good job, guys. And I was like, oh, great, okay. Sweet. But
going forward, we're going to make an effort to tell you guys more of what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the great questions come about. All the questions we've had. And they're really good questions. And within, 12 seconds, the mum goes from being, nope, classified, get out. It's very, very quick. It's quite entertaining how fun it is. Like, silly.
Hey, guys, Captain Clarity over here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, her whole line of, "You guys almost got killed at a thank you dinner." But that being said, your speech was great, considering you thought you were on
Like,
trial.
it might be hyperbole, you know, because the thank you dinner is quite funny. But yeah, I mean, again, we'll talk about this at the end, and please just stay around at the end because I want to have this debate and see what you guys think. But
Then
yeah,
Q shows up again and challenges them all to a duel.
a duel, and he'll use his mind, which I thought was kind of funny. And they're
And
like,
she's like, "Get out of here, Q. We're done with random stuff for today. We're not dealing with any more of your Q bullshit." That's
yeah,
fantastic.
he definitely just like he's softened. I mean, this Q is not the Q of TNG. Definitely is the Q of late Voyager. Just being a parent, he's got soft, and obviously he makes a quote. He quotes Picard. What does he say?
He says, "I want to put humanity to the ultimate test." And Mariner's like, "Okay, I'm not French, so no. Go find Picard." He's like, "Oh, Picard, he's no fun. He's always quoting Shakespeare. He's always making wine." And that's it.
Yeah, even though he isn't making wine at this point, unless he makes it for fun, and why do make it fun? Isn't like making wine.
Like I said, though, he owns the vineyard. He probably has people making wine,
Well,
Chateau Picard, for him.
Family owns the wine.
Well, he's the only one in his family. That's the point.
Well, the wife.
He's the only one
no,
left.
Renee's wife.
Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure she's not into it anymore. Plus, as I pointed out in my live reaction, but Q's nonlinear. He's probably, like you said, it's probably post all good things for him. Like he's done that. He's seen Picard as an old man. And
It's just an offhand joke. Like it doesn't mean very much.
I think it's a bit of a jab at Picard. A little bit.
Yeah, possibly. Oh, and then Q ends the episode. Q ends the episode. Okay. Yeah. Just buzzing around the hallway, which is a really weird and stupid visual. But you know what? It's a fun, weird, and stupid visual. How is that one even in there?
Eugene, 250 rubles.
I'll be back
Sub
in
Rosa
a second.
reference.
Just gonna mute and you do it.
Sub Rosa reference. Fine for a comedy, and yet another reason not to treat this show as 100% serious in-universe canon show, but as an in and out of universe comedy show. Yes, but it's great. It's still fine. Dave Stelzer, $2. Isn't Q chained to his son for infinity now? Anything can happen in sci-fi. Anything can happen in Star Trek. And anything can happen when you're the Q and it's, you're omnipotent. So, yes, there you go. Gorns have milk. Says immortals being bored is the premise of Ultra Carbon. They are just awful.
Sure. But yes, so ends the episode 8. Now we are running down the clock, and then we start on Discovery Season 3, which we are whelmed about.
Not overwhelmed, and we're not underwhelmed.
We're whelmed. Guys, this is the time. Did you say to super chat in, or shall I give that spiel?
I have not said it yet.
This is the time
to say it.
To put in your scores, and I really want to hear what you guys think. Oh no, actually, no, we have to debate the murder bit. The scores in a second, guys. Scores in a second. No, we have to debate the kill thing. I said do that at the end. How it all makes sense about he threatens to kill them. My gut says, and please do tell me, that it's a cultural thing, and if the crew doesn't intervene, they know the criteria of it, and that the eels aren't actually dangerous, and so they're just being put into water with fish, basically. But it's part of the tradition to like be dramatic, potentially.
Could be,
because otherwise they would step in. That's why I assumed they were in stasis the whole time. But there's got to be no real danger, just the appearance of danger, which is still unfair to them, obviously.
Yes.
That's kind of the only way I can retcon that in my own brain, so it is ridiculous and does not make sense, and it makes then it doesn't make the bridge look bad because they know there's no danger and they wish they could tell them, but they're not allowed to or even talk.
Well, Yeah, I like the tradition thing. It goes back to like judges or magistrates wearing powdered wigs. Back to the look ridiculous and silly, but it's just
Mm.
tradition. So threatening to kill somebody for not telling the truth could be the same thing. Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
I would buy that.
obviously, in Klingon culture, smacking one, headbutting is saying, "Hey." In some cultures, that'll break your face. So in the context, that's not assault. For us, it's assault. So in this culture,
Mhm.
threatening to kill you in this context is just like saying, "Ah, you silly guy."
Mhm.
That's kind of where I take that. What do you guys think? Because that was, like I can't think they look bad because they're okay with this, but they know the situation. The other guys don't. But then you wonder if they've got 22 minutes. Why would you waste time putting them in a cage, bringing them up, which wastes your time? And why pick these for? I know because they experience things. Why not tell them what's happening? Like it's such a stupid situation of non-information. You know, like it's fine if
Yeah.
it was a party where he wants spontaneous answers, but he didn't try to get this sort of answer. It's strange. It's a strange sort of wraparound story.
Maybe in order to have it etched on the stone of truth or whatever, the stone of
Oh,
history,
they can't know.
it has to be official and it has to seem
Mm.
like one of these ancient ritual things or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
It's
That's
true.
my
And
thought.
Jamal's a great comment about we'll kill you for this whatever. Is that hey in TNG show planets where stepping on flowers was death penalty offense. This was tamed by comparison. That wasn't on flowers exactly. It was in a certain zone, a random zone. It wasn't the flowers were important. It was the zone. Uh,
Yes.
and they were actually going to kill him. Yes. So this is definitely tame in comparison. Okay, now guys, put your scores. If we can see another $30, and it's not including the new ones, I'm looking at numbers. 30 more bucks in super chat. That'd be great for your scores. I really want to know what all 134 of you think of this episode out of 10. And if you want to super chat your favorite bit, there's so many little best bits. So I want you all right now to put a score and your favorite bit, favorite reference, favorite element. I really want to know this one in particular because there's so much, it's so packed. And Stuart,
Yes.
take us through your final thoughts.
And if you want to super chat your scores, please do so because I would like to read some super chatted scores when I'm done. But I'm going to get to those two super chats that we have there before I get to my final thoughts. So hold on a second. Matthew K, $5. Q is getting up there these days, and he's just rolling around in the continuum
Yeah,
wheelchair, pissing off the youngins. Yeah.
sure.
Yep. And DJ Brown, $5. I'm bored in the queue, and I'm in the queue bored. Ha. Tiberian, $20, which is amazing. So
Oh
thank you.
gosh, thank you.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
it's a score one, so I should maybe wait until after.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my thing here now.
Yes, brilliant.
As I said, this is probably my favorite episode because it is clip show esque, but it's different points of view. Plus, we get to see more Tendi and more Rutherford, which was great.
Well,
Um,
we get to see Ruther be confused, but I know what you mean.
well, yeah, it's fine though. It's
Yeah,
it's funny the way it's done. It breaks up the story and makes it feel like more stories. It actually feels like more is going on than actually
it
is.
does.
Plus, we got some really great TOS references: the Type F shuttle, the bird of prey, which is great, and of course the ships in the museum. Like, there's a lot of really good visual stuff in this one for sure, and it's handled respectfully and how it should be presented, which is great. We haven't seen that in any of the other iterations of New Trek. So,
And it's just it should be the default, and this is the default, and it works
yes.
brilliantly because the effect of seeing a classic TOS is what you get. If it was a updated TOS, it wouldn't work as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Mm-hmm.
actually works better because of that. Yeah.
And we got an episode 2 where Mariner's not being a badass and solving the problem, and
Mm.
she's the be all and end all. In fact, Boimler is the one that comes out with the speech at the end, which, even considering the situation they thought they were in, he really kind of went out on a limb saying that like they were screwed either way. So I think Boimler really stands out in this episode for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the crew, like the bridge crew, not so much. I wish there was more clarity there as to why they didn't speak up or whatever, but not a big deal, not a big issue
Clearly,
really.
it was tradition.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And seeing Q, of course, was great. So
Although not the
there's a
best few
lot.
appearance, obviously.
No, absolutely not. And like I said, he had his voice actor suit on because he did not sound like Q for most of that, unfortunately. Um, so all that being said, this is my favorite episode out of all of them so far.
Oh, let me just get
And
the piece of paper that has the scores on. Hold on. That's something different.
yes,
Where is
yes.
that?
And to Barry on and everybody that super chatted, I'll get to yours in a second here. So
Keep them
just
coming, guys.
yeah, keep them coming.
Okay,
Just be patient.
how do you spell this one again?
Veritas,
Yep.
Veritas.
Yep. Okay, great. Yep, go for it. Score.
Well, actually, just the name's great because you break it up. It's very TAS, very the animated series. Dun dun dun. Anyway, my score is going to be a 9.5 out of 10 because it's just a great episode. I don't know if I want to give it a 10 out of 10 because there's still 2 more episodes to go, and I
10's
know these are
dangerous
going to all
anyway.
have to be, these are all going to have to be revamped at the end anyway. So,
And just to clarify, because I said it right at the start for myself, there isn't anything bad about this episode. And then obviously we found little plot doesn't make sense, but it burns through so quick. What did you like least about this one? Because, was there anything you didn't like specifically?
the whole eel thing was just dumb.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, the trial, some of the death stuff, I guess would be the
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Cool.
Other than that, it's very minor thing. So
Okay, super chats and keep putting your scores. If you can't super chat, doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but I mean, please don't worry. They're only $16 to get a brilliant round number. Put your score in and put your favorite bit. I absolutely want to hear some of your favorite stuff, and I'll read them all out. Please do, guys.
you want to give your score before I read?
Nope,
the
super
chat
chat,
scores?
and then I'll do mine.
Okay. All right. So Tiberian, $20.
Yes.
10 out of 10 for me. Perfect example of how the format frees them to just go all out and have fun. Tell off the wall stories that are crammed full of references. It's great. Yeah, that's a good summation for sure.
As long as I don't go too cartoony, as in Badgie. That line was here, wasn't there for me?
Yeah. Gorns have milk. 99 cents with a.
She loves it. Nice.
Eugene, 200 rubles. 9 out of 10 until the
Ooh.
very end. The end classified. Next episode going to be Kelvin timeline.
Just because it's got lens flare doesn't make it Kelvin. Makes it JJ. No.
Meet Pa Swiftback, $5.
Okay.
9 out of 10. Romulan Bird of Prey's best episode so far. So many callbacks to established canon. It made my heart glow.
Yeah.
Loved it. Can't wait for the final 2 episodes. Great. Jarzia, $2. Museum is my favorite part. Shows these guys know Trek.
And they didn't say, "Hey, how do we modernize a work bee? Let's do this." No, just work bee. Done. Just do work bee. Don't worry about it. Just do it well. Worry about doing your job well, not doing everyone else's work better.
Yeah.
Do your job well.
Jamal Taylor, $5. 8.5 out of 10. Balanced episode. Bird of Prey is my fave.
Nice.
Sweet. And William Jackson throws in two $2 super chats. One says 9 out of 10. Do your thing. And then he says best one yet. So thank you very much, guys. Those super chats are great. Feel free to still super chat your score whilst the commander's given his, and he will read the non-super chat scores in a minute. But also, if you want to super chat your favorite part of the episode or your least favorite, we'll read those out as well. Plus, don't forget the last super chat slot is a thing. So right now, William Jackson has it, and I think that's the first time I've seen him super chat, William. So
Good to see you.
thank you for that. But you might just win last super chat slot if nobody else super chats. So
I want to see $16 more. That would make it a nice round number for us. We really appreciate it. So 16, 1-6, if you can. So yeah, for me, this is a great episode. It, like they said, it shows the format done well. It's definitely a cartoon, but it's a cartoon that takes place fully in the world of Trek, and that's all the difference because it means you can write really odd things. It never goes too far, but each small bit has definitely little plot problems in them. A lot of that can be chalked up to we have 4 minutes we can't explain, which is okay. Like that's the like that. I'd rather have lots of story done this way, where it's kind of like not rather than like in the short Trek with Pike, the engineering that just breaks canon, just like that just breaks fundamentally everything about canon. That is a shitty thing. This is like a but doesn't break anything. It's a better balance. Real ensemble show. Please do more clip shows of other things you haven't seen. It's a great format. I know I said that to you. They should have done that for Shades of Grey. Just do a clip show of new clips. It's such a unused concept. I love it. I like the pseudo Klingons. I mean, they don't have much character personality. They're absolutely throwaway aliens, but you get what they're trying to do. The eels are dumb and don't work particularly well, especially in second watch. But again, traditions. Definitely need a few more lines to kind of smooth out a few of the rough edges of the script. I liked the end of the questions. I had those questions. That was fun. But the museum was great. But Prey was great. More than I thought. I was happy. I'm glad both the things I wanted, more Bird of Prey, more Q, I both got. So I like that. That was nice. And Tendi got a lot of stuff, but it's so subjectively her opinion that could also be undone, or it's clever. This episode is clever writers doing clever things and using the universe, which is great. That's what you want. That's what you want. As for score, like I said before, it's very light on story, but it's full of fun. Kind of like future tense. No. Yes? Is that one with Riker?
No, Future Imperfect.
Yeah. That's also light on story, you could argue. It's just Riker beams down. But the fun fact is so fun for us. This kind of feels like that in a way. Score-wise, I don't think it's my favorite. It's my gut reaction. But it's one of the best. So I'm going to also give this a 9 because there's so little wrong with it. But there's absolutely space to make a favorite, and currently I have 3 9s. So we'll work out where we go at the end of that, how they all compare. But very fun to watch, and it's a different second watch, and so many lines are so quick that you just miss first time. Or at least I did, and I'm good at hearing things. I liked some of them second time. I was like, oh my god, that line! So that is great when you get to see that. Although, yeah, the fan dance I wasn't the biggest fan of, and the alternate, non-alternate people I thought was really stupid. But there's a minor things. But yeah. Well done,
Got some
guys.
more super chats while you were chatting, which is great.
Awesome.
So we'll read those, and then he'll read the non-super chat scores and some favorite things.
Excellent.
So we got Danny Shields puts in €5.
Okay.
Shouting loud things.
Yep.
William Jackson tries to reclaim the last super chat slot with $5. Max World Fan. Okay. Max World Fan. I don't know what that means, but okay. Danny Shields, €5.
Thank you.
Eels Forever.
Oh.
Squadra Course, $2. Just got home and realized I was missing the live. Oh my god, you gotta go back and watch it. It was a good one. So,
hi, welcome. Should we start again just for them?
Yes. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Commander Cockings. No,
He's Catafurly. I'm Catafurly.
Oh.
Yes.
SWTX Chaser puts in $2. Fan dance. See, he's trying to distract us from the fact that he just scooped the last super chat slot. But then Danny Shields comes in again.
Oh, I felt distracted as well. That's confusing.
Yeah, and gives it a 31 out of 10. So a section 31 out of 10, I think, is what he was going for. Maybe.
Then we have to redact the Danny Shields name because we're getting a bit secretive here.
Maybe. So Danny Shields now has the last super chat slot. Sorry, Williams. Sorry, Squadra Course, and sorry, SWTX Chaser. He gotcha, right? But you guys still have time because we still have some other stuff to read out and close out the show.
We have 3 minutes.
That last super chat score.
3 minutes, guys. No, seriously, you guys have been brilliant today. We really eked up the super chats. Really, really helps. And this is our big live of the week. We need the biggest super chat to come in, and you guys are kicked butt. We've got a fun video tomorrow, and then you'll see us next week for Bits and Bobs. Oh.
I want to be redacted.
That should be next week on our lives. See if we can tape pictures on our. See if we can do that somehow. Hard to see, obviously, but that's okay.
All right, so we'll read some super chat scores there.
Yes, absolutely, and yeah, guys, almost there. Let's have a look. So people say 9 out of 10 for Q, 9 out of 10, 9.5, 9, 8.5, 9, 9, 7, 7, 7, 10, 8, 8, 8.5, 7.5, 9, 9.5, 9, 9, 9.5, 9, 7/9. 8, 9. Yeah.
Well, William Jackson conceded. Because I concede the last super chat slot. Oh, I'm sorry, William. Squadra Course, what's in $2? Wait, are we playing last super chat?
Got one more
Oh,
minute,
we're
so
playing
yes.
last super chat. Yes. SWTX Chaser, $2. These updates always inconvenient. What updates? I'm confused.
Me too. But guys, I mean, that was a lot of 9s, 8s, and 10s. So clearly much loved, which is great. Happy to hear.
Gorns Make Milk, question mark, says, will we do a TNG review on Monday? Not sure what we're doing.
Don't know.
I'm going to play it by ear. So don't count on it.
But this week, this coming week, so just pre-watch the next one in advance this weekend to have a safe bet.
Danny Shields, €5. Respect the raccoon continuum.
Well, I thought it was a koala. Great koala in the sky, because that's canon, Stuart. But thanks, guys, and I have had a very, very, very long day, so I'm excited to. Basically, going to go to bed straight after this if I can. It's been that long a day, which is not normal for me.
Oh, yeah, it was a long day for you. SWTX Chaser says, talking about the Rutherford updates. Okay, yes, very inconvenient.
Yes.
Like when my computer decides to update, sometimes at the dumbest times because I put it off and put it off.
You've had that. Yeah, that affected last week, literally.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, brilliant. Thanks so much. Any last words, Stuart?
Last words, if I died and you guys never saw me again, I'd say something really inspirational, but I should really think about that. No, I don't have any last words. Just join us next time. Check out the stuff that we have coming out on Saturday. You know, I'm probably do a live later tonight with a VR thing. Who knows? I might do a live or two on the weekends as well, because I like to do lives. So tune in for those. Just keep an eye on the Facebook.
You should do Captain's Q&A, as I'm sure people have Lower Decks questions and stuff.
Yeah, well, I haven't done a Captain's Q&A in a while. So.
Yeah, I actually watched those too. So if you want to
watches my content, he likes me.
Gives you something to watch. Yeah, thanks, guys.
And congratulations, Danny Shields, for the last super chat slot. Good job.
And look forward to seeing something cool from me in a couple of weeks. Bye, guys.
Thank you. I think he has a monster in his room. Ooh, Fleet Paw Swiftback puts in $5. Paying on faith for 150. I can't take the last spot though. Still Daniel.
No, see, we have to get 150 now. That's not fair. Come on, we have to make it true. 9 more likes now. That's not. Come on,
people that haven't hit like yet.
We're 9 likes.
Come on, 9 people.
That's it.
We can do it.
We're not asking for super chats. We want 3 likes.
And William Jackson, even though he lost the super chat battle, says, "For you guys, rock on and the volume prosper." So thank you, William Jackson,
and thanks for joining us. You know, Stuart, we've really enjoyed our Lower Decks world. It's been the most fun we've been talking about Trek for a long time, honestly. Besides like our TNG and such, you know what I mean, like of new Trek. And we Micro Man in the sky, please make season 2 quickly. Thanks in advance.
Well, they're already halfway done it, from what I've heard. Squadra Course, $2. Grats, Daniel, on the last super chat. Well, now Squadra Course has. Wow,
that's the cheekiest.
That's just mean. Congratulate the guy and scoop it.
Well, it's just like Tendy saying sorry, playing those mind games.
You're playing some fucked up man games, man.
Now,
that's harsh.
I will say, as we get 5 more likes, I don't mind if they beep swear words. Because beeping swear words is the best, but you get the swear word, but you don't use the swear word.
Yes.
It's dumb and it's a weird difference, but I don't mind it. I don't know how I used to it, but I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either. Danny Shields, €5.
Ooh,
thanks at Fleet Paw Swiftback. Shared for sure. See, so now Danny's. Oh, god damn it! Christopher Bloom hypes up with a "Hey you" and a $2 super chat. So he's got the last super chat slot now, and the commander is going to go get his bug killing apparatus because he's got a bug. Look at that thing. He's going to get the bug. It's been flying around and bugging him. SWTX Chaser throws in $2, sending the message dinner time. SWTX Chaser is now the last super chat slot. You guys are great. An epic battle for a new contender, says Jamal. Matt the Lombacks. Rom beep Yulin. Yeah. Really great the way they beeped that stuff out and not beeped it out at the same time. So yes, SWTX Chaser, you are now the last super chat slot officially. So it's been a great battle. I don't know if anybody else wants to pipe in while we close out here. But
I mean, you're all winners except the ones that aren't last. But you're all winners. Yeah. But 4 more likes.
Oh, come on. 4 likes, guys. 4 of you haven't hit like. I know we went down to 88 people.
You know what?
A lot of people have been falling off.
Let's scan and make sure who's left. Okay, so yep, you. Yep, you. And oh yeah, you over there. Yeah. 4. Yeah, look.
There are a few out there.
Pressing I. See, I means click like.
Yeah, well, 4 people. Come on, guys. Look at you. I see you out there. See, you're on the map. I got you.
I mean, we're all, you know, everyone in the chat is saying 4 more likes. We're all rooting for those 4 people that have us on mute and then unmute and here 4 more likes, because those are the people that we want to give us likes.
4 more likes. Okay, Jarzia throws in $2. Last fucking super chat. And Danny Shields scoops it with €2 and says almost. Probably end it because Danny's like wanting to win this.
Oh, 1 more like. 1 more like. Come on, you could be the last like.
One. Who's got the last like?
And you also decide Danny's last super chat, because if you like now, Danny wins. So you decide now. It's not up to us.
It'll be a tag team effort. Danny and whoever hits the last like.
And it could be Danny.
I feel like I need to go hit like because I haven't hit like yet on that.
Oh, this is a.
Keep an eye on the likes. I'm gonna go.
Okay, 49. This is a battle. This is.
Oh.
I'm gonna refresh just in case.
Oh, and here I'm gonna work with Danny. We got 8 dislikes though, by the way, but now we hit 150 likes because I just hit like.
Hey, so Danny, Stuart was the last like. Well done, Stuart Foley, the last like on the super chat. The last like. Yep, well done, Stuart. Well done.
Yep. And Tiburon puts in $10 paying up.
Oh,
so he's got the last super chat.
That's woo. That is I mean,
sorry, Danny. I tried to help you out.
Yeah. Wow.
But who hit 8 dislikes? Seriously.
Those that don't like lower decks, and obviously there are many, but just can't stand.
Yeah. Anyway, dislikes help us as well. So anyway, guys, we're gonna call that quits. Tiburon, you got the last super chat. So unless some Demas Alves, $5. Good night, all. You guys are fantastic. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. We do love you. And check out our content. And we'll see you next time.
And you'll see us at the weekend. And we'll see you later next week.
That's right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.